delve into a new fact with a new guest. So, before we get into our fact, I want her to introduce herself.
Hey y'all, my name's Shanae. My friends call me Shay LaFleur, and I don't like odd numbers.
Does not like odd numbers. Unfortunately, today we have an odd number as our millennial fact, but we're gonna try to stomach through it because she does not like odd numbers. So we're not gonna state the number of the fact. I'll just type it in the bio. So, what is our millennial fact for today?
Our millennial fact is, are millennials wreaking havoc on employers or vice versa?
Can you please read a little bit more so I get an idea?
Alright, so many millennials do not see the need to stay at one employer for more than a year. And worse yet, they actually think it benefits their career to move from company to company. This is the extreme opposite of the baby boomer generation, where workers could stay at one company for decades. This is creating torture for recruiters.
Sorry. That's all I have to say is, I'm not sorry, because there is a method to our madness. Just because it doesn't work the way that it has been traditioned for people to work before does not mean that it's not working for us. And the reason why this is such a great thing that we're talking about today is because it directly affects Shay. So I want her to expound a little bit about her experience before we, delve into everything.
Okay. Well, I graduated last year, and of course, when you graduate, you expect you're going to get a job. So I got a job, and I started working, and I had an awesome job. I was really thankful to be working in my field, which a lot of college graduates don't get to do.
Right.
But I didn't care for the structure of the 9 to 5, stay here forever, get the benefits, retire type job situation. So I quit, and I just started, living life, and it's been great ever since then. I was miserable, I was so miserable.
Yeah, and so to tie in another thing, we are less likely to stay at jobs that are great paying, but we're miserable. We're less likely to stay, and with the generations before us, they dealt with it. You know why? Put food on the table and provided for their families. That's what they were told to do. Go get a job, work there for forever, get the benefits, till you die, get the benefits, and just be okay, be content, we refuse to believe that life is just work. It cannot just all be work.
And I think it's just unrealistic for our generation to stay at a job for 30 years. We have technology and different streams of income, different forms of income available to us that people before us didn't have.
Right.
So they had to go work for a company that was stable. That was their way of making money. We don't have to do that anymore. They had to save for years and years to be able to buy their first car, their first home, or if they wanted to start a business, they had to save for years to be able to start this stable, brick and mortar business. We don't have to do that. We don't have to start our businesses out of this loft that we're paying thousands of dollars a month for. We can start it in our garage. We can start it in our parents' garage.
Right.
And we do that. I think we live a bit differently because we can.
Yeah, and it works for us. And not even to blame the generation before us, because my parent is a baby boomer. Oh, sorry, wrong. But for the most part, it's just different now. When it comes to making money online, building a company is so much easier now. We have so many things to leverage to make money. We can use our talents to make money. That was more difficult then. But we have to think about the factors that are taking place in these companies. And to not be happy at a place just because it's paying a lot, is it really worth it? Apparently,
not at all.
Not at all.
A big push for me that I was struggling with it for a little while, and what really brought me to a point where I just realized I had to do what I needed to do to be happy rather than worried about. I didn't just quit and was like, I'm gonna live on life itself. I had a plan.
Right.
I saved money. I made sure I made the best of the time I was with my company so that I could live after I quit my job. But I just knew that I wasn't going to be happy in that situation. I was talking to one of my mentors about it, and he isn't one of the baby boomers who hates our generation. He actually loves our generation, so shout out to you. And he said to me that he calls us the and generation. He doesn't always call us millennials. And he says he loves that. One thing he loves about our generation is that there's always an and with anything that we do. We don't just do one thing. For him, he grew up and he was a doctor. And that's what he did his whole life. He retired that was it. You know, he started his own practice and he opened up his business, but he was a doctor. That's what he did. And he says when it comes to our generation, we're the generation of ands. Like, even people who have these very stable jobs, that's not their only stream of income.
Right.
And that's just unrealistic for us to have money coming in one way. So even if I had kept my job, I probably would have been doing the same things, because I wasn't in a place where I'm just going to depend on this one thing and believe that it's stable, especially with the way our economy goes up and down, and you're never really stable even when you think you are. So I thought it was cool.
Right. And so that goes into my personal situation. I don't have a job, and I have a mentor. She's my life coach as well. And she tells me I have nothing but time. She was like, yes, you are in an uncomfortable situation right now. Live in the present. Be uncomfortable. But face that and figure out a different way to go about it. What are you good at? You have so many talents. How can you leverage that? How can you make money? Let's use online marketing. Do you know how much money you can make by just doing X, Y, and Z? And so I think it's really empowering to hear another generation uplift what we're doing and not say, stick to the road that everybody travels. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like, take yourself out of that comfort zone, get uncomfortable, and make this money. Because essentially, that's what you want to do. We want to live life. We want to travel. We don't think it's just about work. It can't be just about work. We really want to enjoy what we're doing if we're going to do it for so long. But okay, so on the other hand, we're not totally knocking the 9 to 5, the employees, the people who move up in companies, not knocking that at all. But what we are trying to say is, don't make it seem like that's the only way to do life. That's the only way to work. Other ways work, and to each its own. Whatever works for that individual, it works. And we shouldn't be pointing a finger or saying that they're less than just because we're doing things different.
I agree. I think it's really important to acknowledge that that is still a realistic plan for some people. Right. There's a lot of stable, very stable jobs out there, and even outside of that, that is for some people. Some people are going to prefer that comfort of, you know, knowing they're going to be employed, understanding that their health care is taken care of. And I think that's great, because those jobs are there, and they do still need to be filled. However, the world that we're in now, there's also other jobs that need to be filled that don't follow a traditional format. And they're constantly evolving and constantly changing. And there's ways to, it's still an option for us to be, you know, secure and take care of ourselves. And one of the things that article said that was funny to me was that we're making it hard for companies, and it's making it hard for recruiting. Like, that's our fault. Like, okay, we had to evolve. Like, you know, we had to evolve and figure out how to take care of ourselves when y'all weren't hiring us, when the job market wasn't working for us. Just like these companies are going to have to evolve and find out how to attract these millennials and figure out how to get them in those positions that they want them in. So if you want somebody to come into your job and stay there long term, give them the incentives that are available in these other opportunities, or try to make that job. Your job title is going to have to evolve. Like, you can't give us the same jobs you were giving our parents, because we don't work
in the same
way. And those jobs don't work the same way anymore. Like, you can't market the same way. You can't do business the same way that you were doing it in the 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s, even early 2000s. Like, it's too much available out there for you to think we just gonna come work for you and get you rich while we sit. I can't. That was like really my biggest issue with my job was I'm about to make somebody else rich doing something that I can make myself money off. Didn't do it.
Well, that was the Millennial Facts. And let us know how you feel about it. Are you that millennial that is, I am so sick of working for this company, getting them rich and die trying? Are you that person that just like wants to do something, wants to go against the grain, wants to try something different? Honestly, jobs are always going to be there. So just do it.
And I think it's so important, like how young we are, just live your life. Like, I don't want to get older and not experience life until if one day I have kids when they're older. And then I'm trying to be out doing something. I'm at the perfect age to travel and explore the world. And, just live freely until I'm at a point where I'm ready to be that super corporate secure person if I choose to. But I probably won't, because I don't have to.
Please tune in every Friday for the Millennial Facts. Don't forget to subscribe and please comment below if you found this conversation very interesting. If you have other Millennial Facts that you want us to delve into, just let me know. Leave a comment. That was Millennial Facts.